What up, boys? Your boy Full Metal Zoe, and welcome to the aggressive defense tutorial. Now, if you're having trouble playing the AI on Legendary or playing opponents online that like to keep possession in their half and you don't know how to take the ball away, well, this is the tutorial for you. I'm going to show you how to be aggressive on defense but very disciplined at the same time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this tutorial. So for this style of defense, we got to touch on 4 very important factors. Number 1 is optimizing your setup. Number 2, aggressive tactics. Number 3, the search and destroy method, which is basically using your offside trap and your team press quick tactics on your D-pad. And number 4 is cover the gaps, which is a bit complicated, but once you get it down, it's very, very helpful. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I am going to be using River Plate, and I'm going to be playing against Real Madrid, which is pretty much the worst team in the demo against the best team in the demo. I will be playing on Legendary difficulty with no sliders, so pretty much it's just going to be the AI versus the user, no advantages whatsoever. So optimizing your setup, the first thing you want to do is you want to change your camera to telebroadcast on single player and multiplayer camera. The reason being is because you have a greater view of the field with telebroadcast, meaning you can see most of your opponent's players, so you can position all of your players effectively on the field to defend. And this works very well on offense, but that'll be a tutorial for another day. Now, some people like to mess with the camera settings. I personally don't do that, but if you want to tweak it and just kind of find what best works for you, then go ahead and do it. Second thing we're gonna do, we're gonna switch auto switching from air balls to manual. Now, a lot of people say that no, it's too risky, that it's susceptible to crosses and all of that, but I really don't have any problems with crosses on manual defending. I do have problems when I used to do air ball defending and somebody would chip the ball and then my defender would automatically get switched to another player closer to the ball, and I would kind of move them out of position. So with manual defending, it gives you complete control of the defense, and it helps you out tons when you're an aggressive defender. Now, I understand some people say that air balls is the way to go, that that's what the pro players use, but I use manual. I've played in small tournaments, and I've only lost one, and it was in the semifinals with a PlayStation controller, so I'm confident with my manual defending. Also, when you play online, if you have it on air balls, sometimes it's really laggy, and if it's really laggy, it won't switch to the player once they do a chip through ball or a cross. So that's always something that hampers your style of play. Now we're going to talk about aggressive tactics. This year, in the instructions, there is an option called interception, and it's divided in 3 categories. There's normal interceptions, there's conservative interceptions, and there's aggressive interceptions. Now, normal interceptions, which is the default one, is basically telling you that your player is going to position himself to win the ball whenever it's reasonable. So he's basically going 50-50 aggressive and conservative. Conservative interception means he's pretty much going to sit back and he's only going to challenge the ball whenever he can clearly take it. So meaning like the opponent took a bad touch and the AI knows that now he can try and go get the ball. But other than that, he's really not going to take the risk of trying to take the ball when it's not clear that he can win it. Now, aggressive interception, and this is my favorite. I put this on every player. They pretty much are going to try to intercept the ball aggressively, meaning they're going to jump on almost every bad pass that the computer attempts. Now, to be able to put this on every player, you got to be disciplined. And you really got to know how to position your players, but we're going to get to that in this tutorial. Now let's get into some gameplay where I will show you the search and destroy method. First of all, I go attacking always because I want my team to really push up the field. I'm giving possession up right now, and right here I'm starting to use the offside trap. Look at the bottom left of the screen, and you can see right there it's a quick tactic that you can use only by pressing double up on the D-pad. So basically tap up on the D-pad and you do the offside trap, which will push your defense forward, and it'll make basically your whole team push up and cover more of your opponent's third of the field. Now look at what happens when you do that. Your back line rushes to the middle of the field, and this really puts pressure on the opponent's team. And most of the, look at that, That's what happens with aggressive interceptions. They will always try and jump for the ball, and that's pretty much what you want when you play aggressive defense. Now, you don't want to be pressing the outside trap all the time. The best time to use it is when your opponent is on their third, just passing around the back. That's when you can really safely do it. But if you're just constantly spamming offside trap when your opponent is in your third, this is what could happen. Everybody rushes forward, everybody's open, and this should have been a goal. Thankfully it wasn't. But again, another example right here. They steal the ball, I go offside trap immediately in my third, and then this time they punish me. And that's what could happen if you don't utilize it right. This right here is an example of the best time to use it. Pepe with his back towards my goal, that's when you best want to use it. I'm going to show you right here an example in depth of what's happening. Now, I went offside trap because I saw Pepe was running away from my goal. I'm chasing him with one player and I'm covering the gap with the other player, and I'll talk about that in 1 second. But with EA's new passing system, if Pepe that doesn't have a high passing stat, if he's going away from goal, he's not looking at his teammate, then when he does try a pass, it's going to come up very bad. And in this example, he gives up possession. He gives me a chance to go on attack. And attack I do as I get right forward and I score a goal within the first 10 minutes of the game. And right now you can see I'm bullying Real Madrid, and I'm bullying Real Madrid with River Plate, if you can believe that. And it's because I'm playing aggressive. I'm forcing Madrid to play my style of game. I'm not backing away, which a lot of people do. They back away. They wait to see what happens. I come and I try to impose my will whenever I start playing. As you can see right here, I go offside trap immediately. As soon as kickoff goes, the computer sees this and they always hesitate. They start passing backwards. They don't know what's going on. And a lot of opponents online do the same thing right here. I'm going to show you in depth. Benzema gets the ball. Ronaldo gets the ball. It's a mistake. Benzema now rushing forward. And as soon as he sees that onslaught, he wants no part of it. He goes backwards. He tries to find Modric, tries to find a safety net, and that's exactly what you want to do online and in career mode, especially in career mode where the computer tends to hold on to the ball too much. Now, we're going to team press, and team press can be achieved by pressing up on the D-pad and then down on the D-pad, and this will basically make your team come out and really press onto the opponents. When they're in your third, you don't want to use offside trap. You want to go team pressing, which is what I did just now. And then once they start falling back into their third, you go once again the offside trap, and it's just a consistent dance. You just really got to be doing team press, offside trap, until eventually you get the ball back. And this is very aggressive, but it's very effective. As you can see right here, after the first 45 minutes of play, I've had 62% possession, and it's been an aggressive possession because I've played 13% in their third, 40 in midfield, because that's pretty much what happens when you play possession, and only 9% in my half. So most of the time it's been from midfield on up. It's not like I've just been passing it around the back. So now let's talk about covering the gaps. As you can see right here, Gareth Bale passing it to the one and only Ronaldo, and what I want to do is position this player in the path where I believe Ronaldo's gonna go, while switching to another player to cover another path where Ronaldo's gonna go, and I'm gonna keep doing this until eventually he has nowhere to run. So as you can see, I covered this gap, I switched to this player, and as I'm running with this player, I see that Ronaldo has two choices. He's either gonna go to the outside where he's gonna have less room to maneuver, or he's gonna cut to the inside, and I'm gonna immediately switch to another player to cover that gap, and then eventually he just has nowhere else to go. So in essence, we boxed him in, and we did this by going aggressively. We chased down Ronaldo to take the ball away from him. To do this, you really want to switch defenders by using your right analog stick, which gives you greater control on who you're switching to. These are the ending stats of this particular match. And I just want to, I hope these tips helped you out in a way. I'm just going to go real quick to the settings. I don't want to cut away and then show you. I'm going to go real quick to the settings, show you that it was in fact in Legendary. I didn't cut away from the image or anything. I went straight to the settings in Legendary, and I had none of the sliders were adjusted for either user or AI. It was a complete legit game, and I wanted to show you that just so, because a lot of people have been doing tutorials, but it almost looks like they're playing either on beginner or world class. So yeah, guys, I know it's a long tutorial, but hopefully I covered as much as I can in this tutorial. This is how I play. I'm not saying this is the perfect defense. I'm not saying this will you'll have a clean sheet every match. I'm just saying this is how I play. It works for me. And I like being the aggressor. I don't like waiting to see what happens. So that's just my style of play. I know a lot of you guys have asked me how I play offense, how I play defense. And to be honest, I go balls to the wall from minute one. I go straight at my opponents to try to take the ball away. And when I have the ball, I try to frustrate them with positive possession. Now, there's one thing being conservative possession. There's another thing doing positive possession. I might make a tutorial about that. But yeah, I also wanted to show you guys that it was in fact on Legendary. I've been playing only Legendary. If you follow my streams on Twitch, link will be down in the description. I usually, I'll show on my streams that I play on Ultimate difficulty if I play Foot Draft, and I play Legendary difficulty if I play Kickoff mode for FIFA 16. So like I said, I've seen a lot of tutorials on YouTube, but I see that and I look at the way the AI acts, and it feels like that's a beginner, and you can do anything on beginner, but this is a tutorial where I show you it's legit Legendary, and it takes practice. I'm not saying that this style of defense is easy at all. I'm saying this takes practice, but if you master it, you really begin to enjoy defending, because I like suffocating and frustrating opponents. I really do, and it helped me in my online career mode. And this is just my style of play. I hope it helps you guys out. If it does, don't forget to leave a like, share it around the community, and if we can get about 200 to 250 likes on this, I will keep doing more tutorials to help you guys out in FIFA 16. It's a brand new game now that I've been playing it a lot more. I do feel like it's a brand new game, and there's a lot of new stuff that I think should be talked about. But yeah, it's been your boy Full Metal Zoe. I hope I helped you out. And if I did, don't forget to leave that like. And I'm out of here. Peace.